This trade might have broke the Atlanta Hawks. Trey Young was traded to the Washington Wizards. And I'll be honest, I don't really like this move. I understand it might just be short term, but still. I loved watching Trey on the Hawks, and I don't think Atlanta should have panic traded him like they did. I think the Hawks got a little impatient. They actually built a pretty good team around Trey, but injuries and unexpected success ended up ruining what they had. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson. A team with those guys leading the way should have been elite. Okongwu was a part of that Melo Ball, Lonzo Ball brothers team. Chino Hills, this could have been that. Then Trey hurt his knee earlier this season, and that kind of messed up what they had. While he was out, the Hawks kept winning. To me, it was really just a hot streak. And when Trey came back, they struggled to keep that hot streak going. They struggled trying to reincorporate him into the lineup. The fans, the media, everyone was saying that the Hawks are better off without him. I'm sure that talk became too much for both sides. Too much noise and too much blame going around, so eventually they just broke it up. Trading Trae Young to the Washington Wizards. For CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, quick pause. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and leave a like. And consider subscribing. I appreciate that. I talk about basketball, honestly. Now let's get back to it. Here's where I think the Hawks messed up. They prioritized the wrong players. Adding Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Kristaps Porzingis kind of messed up the hierarchy the Hawks had going on. Trey should have been the priority, and he was not the priority. You built the team around him, you have to prioritize him. From the outside looking in, it feels like they stopped believing in him publicly. And then the Hawks wonder why things weren't working out. If I were leading the Hawks, I'm getting all the defense I can around Trae Young, which is good they had Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson. And then I'm just going to give it some time. Success in the NBA isn't easy, and it's not guaranteed. You can just try your best and put your best foot forward. Elite teams need reps. I look at the Celtics. They're patient and always a good team. When they struggle, they don't panic. They let the game come to them as a team. Effort, hard work, and time, and trusting that it's kind of what you got to do if you want to have a chance at a title in the NBA consistently. The Atlanta Hawks did not do that. They gave up before it could work. If I had to make moves, I wouldn't have made any moves yet. But if I had to make a move, like they did, I'm trading Kristaps Porzingis or Nickeil Alexander-Walker first. Not Trey first. I don't care who's talking that good shit, you know what I'm saying? I need Trey. KP is injured way too often, so, trade him for pieces that could work consistently with Trey, so you're not having to guess, will this work? You have proof, you're getting guys that'll be out there on the floor with Trey, and then give you all the case study you need to be like, okay, this is working, this is not working, and then you can make moves from there. But I would have started with KP. Starting with that, getting someone that could play every day reliably. And if I don't trade him, I'm trading Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's been doing super good in Atlanta, and I guess they wanted to keep that going, but the way I see it, you got his trade value up. You could have flipped that for more shooting, more defense, more players. Instead, they trade the franchise. They've been taking notes on Nico Harrison. I'm not an NBA GM, probably never will be. I don't know every detail behind this trade, and I know Trey wanted to go to the Wizards, so, he kind of forced their hand. They probably had no option. That was probably their best option in the moment, but I'm just saying, it's not that good of a move. But if it ends up being long term, the Hawks are kind of retarded. The noise around Trey had to have played a huge role, because I know he wanted to stay. But at the same time, I'm sure Trey would rather be somewhere where he's appreciated and supported. But damn. Now that Trey's gone, the Hawks need a new identity. Trey was an undersized scoring guard, who also happened to be the best passer in the league, while also being probably the easiest to take advantage of defender in the league. It's hard to hide, but it's also hard to replace. So here's what I would do. Give Jalen Johnson the keys, let him be the point guard and everything, you know what I'm saying? He can handle it, and he's just a force to be reckoned with. He can average nearly a triple-double if he wanted to, with 25 points at least. And yes, his defense might dip a little, which is what we were kind of seeing right about now, or since Trey's been injured, he had to take over more offensively, and his defensive numbers just naturally dropped off a little bit. That's all good, because that offensive workload is going to be going crazy. I surround him with elite shooters and elite defenders, kind of like what they were doing with Trey, but there's no stopping Jalen Johnson from getting to the paint, getting anywhere he wants on the court, really. He's an automatic paint touch, and he's a good playmaker. So he's going to kick it out, and if these guys can hit their threes, that'd be a three whenever they want at a high clip. And don't be surprised if this trade doesn't fix the Hawks' losing problems right away. This was a coaching issue and a front office decision-making issue. Alright? It's not Trae's fault. And it's not the team's fault. I think they built it pretty well around Trae. It's just the people putting the people out there on the floor and making decisions. For the team, nah. If you agree, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the like button anyway, and let me know why you disagree in the comments below. And subscribe for the best NBA content. I'm Matza. Appreciate you for watching. Peace.